What's happening? It's Reefer with the Truth Be Told podcast. And what I need you to do right now is go to iTunes and give us that 5-star rating. Because you know you're getting 5-star shit, so you might as well give it up too. So go to there, and after you do that, go to Trillmatic.com/Patreon. That's Trillmatic.com/Patreon. That's Patreon. And you can become a supporter of the team, and you can help out, trying to help get us out there while you benefit because you're getting what you want. And you already know how that is. Peace.
You're now listening to the Truth Be Told podcast from Trillmatic.com. Trillmatic.com.
Boy UU, we're back.
Reefer.
The Truth Be Told podcast. Reefer's in the building.
Yes, sir.
We're a day late on the podcast. We ran into some technical difficulties, but we're still going to bring it to you like we're supposed to.
Live and direct.
Live and direct, man. A lot of shit's been going on recently. First off, PokemonGo is like
taking over. It's taken the fuck over.
Bro, have you downloaded this game yet?
Nah, I've never played any Pokemon shit ever. All I know is Pikachu.
There's thugs.
That's it. Pikachu.
There's thugs out here playing Pokemon right now, bro.
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny. A lot of the people who probably made fun of people for playing it back in the day, high school or whatever, they're out there playing it because they secretly were playing it then. But they wanted to act like they were tough, and they probably weren't doing it. But if they're playing it now, they played it then.
I seen people talking about like don't bring this shit up in front of girls, and I'm like, motherfucking girls are playing this shit right now too.
I mean, there's groups out there.
Yeah,
people are getting together and they're searching. Like people are coming together and like, hey, what's up? So it's cool. People are getting outside.
Yeah,
but it could backfire in certain things, certain areas.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Like, people are like going into like the hood.
Yeah. Going to the wrong place.
Trying to get a rare Pokemon.
Yeah. I got a rare one.
They're getting robbed
here
for their phones.
I mean, yeah. And there could be people, young kids, if they're gullible enough, someone could say, oh, there's a rare one over here. You can get kidnapped.
There's a rare one in the back of my van.
Yeah. Some crazy, creepy shit could happen. But they also, kids are just running in the streets, trying to get to them on the other side of the street before someone else gets to it or something, just like it can be a hazard, People are driving trying to find them. You know what I'm saying?
That's yeah. I seen that it was like people are like stopping traffic so they can get these bitches.
It's not good. No bueno. No es bueno.
I tried to download the app, right? So I download the app and then I'm trying to log in, but as I open up the app and it loads, it crashes immediately. Oh, snap. And so I'm like, what the hell? I'm guessing like everybody's overload. That's what I was thinking. It was overload, right? Turns out it wasn't.
No.
I got an iPhone. My shit's jailbroken, and apparently this app can tell whether or not you got a jailbroken iPhone, and so it would force the crash because I got a jailbroken iPhone. Okay, I didn't know this for like a week. Everybody's talking about PokemonGo, and I'm like, I can't even get in. I got the Michael Jordan cry face on my face. Because I can't get in and play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To finally figure out that that's what it was because it was jailbroken.
It went over my head for a second. I just caught the Michael Jordan
cry face.
Yeah,
I had the cry face.
And I was like,
I was walking around, dog, like, everybody's like, gotta catch them all. And I'm like, sitting here like, on my phone with the Michael Jordan cry face meme on my face, bro.
Trying to get this to work.
Yeah. I finally got in there and, cause it was like a little tweak you gotta download to get over this. But anyways, I get in there. And I'm like, all right, yeah, it's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? And then I signed in because you signed in through Gmail.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, man, this Gmail sign in is just a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Like just the setup of it. And then I seen a tweet from Wiz Khalifa that was like, I know there's some privacy issues, but shit, nigga, you got to catch them all. He tweeted this. And I was like, privacy issues? So I go look this shit up. Nigga, if you fucking sign in to PokemonGo, with your Gmail account, you give them
everything,
full access to your whole account.
Yeah,
not like because usually when you sign in,
track you.
Yeah, usually when you sign in with like a Facebook or a Twitter or whatever, you can set like your settings for how much access They have like
stuff. Yeah,
I want this app to post for me and all that shit. Right?
Yeah.
Not with this shit. This shit went
everything,
full access to your Gmail account. They can get everything, full fucking access.
Was that planned? Because they knew it was
I don't know.
So big. It sounds crazy.
I want to say that I'm hoping that it's not planned.
Hopefully not.
Right? But I mean, come on. Like I'm hoping it's just like somebody made like a
coincidence.
Fuck up. Yeah,
some type of shit.
Yeah, you know. Right.
But man, that's crazy. Why do they need that?
Yeah. So when I found out, I immediately signed out of that shit. I went into my Gmail account, revoked access to it. And I haven't touched the app since.
Well, I'm glad I never even went for it. I wouldn't even know where to start anyway because I don't even know.
If you're gonna do it, just get like a basic. Just make a Gmail account just for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's our advice to y'all.
Yeah,
cause I'm still not doing it.
Yeah, like you don't want these motherfuckers to know all your business, man, because you want to get a fucking Mewtwo. You know what I'm saying?
Or whatever that is. See, I didn't even know that one.
You know what the fucking Mewtwo is?
Straight up, I don't know any of that.
Mewtwo is like
which one is that one?
He's like the Goku of the Pokemon. I think. I don't know. I don't know. I never played the. I never played the card. He kind of is. I never played the card game. I never watched the cartoon.
Yeah, I never did.
I never really got into the whole thing. I just kind of know, like, I think I've maybe seen the cartoon like a few times.
I just know I've seen a few characters. I don't know their name though. Two names.
I just know Pikachu and Mewtwo,
and I know Charizard.
Oh yeah, that's right. Charizard. I don't even. It's like a dragon or some shit.
Something. I can't even remember how it looks.
I'm 31 years old.
Yeah, exactly. 31 years old. I ain't got time for that shit.
I'm too old for this shit.
Like, I'm fucking Danny Glover on this motherfucker. No, I'm too old for this shit.
I just might though. I just might go and. You know, if they figure out this shit, I might play. Cause it seems like it's a cool game. Like you walking around.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing. It's got people out. You know, people ain't been out like this in a long time. Getting exercise. I know.
Moving, that's a good
people.
Thing.
Like kids ain't the way we used to be. Where I mean, everyone's just in their phone. They're still in their phone apparently by doing it. So that doesn't change. But there's this conversation when you get in groups and you start communicating. You talk to people.
Yeah, you're talking to people.
Hey, what did you get? Or what have you done?
You're not texting them.
Yeah. Where'd you find this exactly? You're out there. So. It's
and apparently they have like particular type of Pokemon in certain areas because it's going based off the GPS like a real map.
Yeah, it's crazy,
right? So if I'm like by a lake, then there's water Pokemon that are
around
near that area.
Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna get those if you have water areas.
Exactly. So it's kind of like one of those things. It's like let's travel, let's go see.
Let's move around. Let's do.
Yeah, like you'd be like, I didn't even know this lake was in my neighborhood, or you know what I'm saying?
They're
like
saying that downtown over here that it was lit up late last night.
Downtown?
Said, I forgot.
Somebody trying to get shot.
Said that. They said there was a lot of people out there looking for Pokemon. They're like town square is full of people looking for Pokemon. I was like, what? It's like,
if y'all don't know, man, downtown Killeen, they try to revitalize our downtown, but it's still kind of hood around there at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So it's kind of a mixture of like, let's get business going. And then there's like hood niggas like walking around, maybe a prostitute, so it's kind of a mixture.
Yeah. It's like, it looked good the other day, but now, or earlier, and now it's not looking that good in this area. 6
p.m. it's very nice.
Yeah.
11 o'clock at night, it's a fucking,
so don't let
fucking mess.
Do not let your kids, if you're in the clean area, do not let your kids go look for Pokemon in that area at that time.
At that time, don't do that.
I said that real fast, didn't I?
Yeah, your ass will literally probably get pulled into the back of a van or some shit.
Yeah.
And sold onto the black market. Mm-hmm. And we'll have to go do a taking.
People are going to be searching for your ass like Pokemon.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, do you have them on the radar?
Yeah.
No.
For real. So let's go on to some other shit, bro.
Yeah.
One of my I hate this motherfucker, so I don't give a fuck about him. Tim Duncan.
I feel
his bitch ass retired. To me, finally, thank you.
He has a soft ass face. I've always said it. He has that Popovich no expression face. I think he's been on that team that long to where he just picked up that Popovich no expression face.
I think if anybody's on that team that long, they kind of get like into Popovich mode.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it is. But he's always had that soft face. Soft. Even when he gets mad, it's like you can't take him serious because his face is too soft. It's like a kid. It's that kid face.
How old is Tim Duncan, man?
Oh, how old did they say? I just know he played for
19
years.
40.
About 40. Around 40, somewhere around
there. Is he the oldest motherfucker?
Like, because Kobe
went like, what, 36, 37?
They came into the season and left at the same time. You know, both of
them,
Kobe just announced it earlier in the year that he was retiring.
Yeah, but Kobe came in through high school.
Yeah, that's the difference. So I give Tim Duncan a lot of respect for that because he stayed that many years. at an older age. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, he's not a player like Kobe, though.
Yeah, Kobe does a lot. He puts his body on the line, which Tim Duncan does too, but he's a big guy, so he's usually hurting someone else, or dominating someone else.
Tim Duncan.
I feel you. My brother's a Spurs fan, so
I hate the Spurs.
I know he's heartbroken. He's heartbroken. Timmy's gone.
Yeah, because I mean, okay, like
backboard Timmy.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, as much as I don't like the Spurs, like they've been a good team for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And not like
one of the most consistent.
Yeah, like, and I mean like team.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Team ball.
Yeah, like
they preach that over there.
In 10 years, they've been to the finals like what?
I think almost every year.
5-6 times.
A lot.
They've been there a lot.
Yeah, and
they're like the Patriots.
They got 5 championships too. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably 5 times.
And the Tim Duncan. Well, no, they lost. They lost to the.
They lost recently.
Yeah, they lost recently to the. Cavaliers?
Cavs? No,
not Cavaliers. The Heat.
The Heat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just thinking of LeBron and where he is. But yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, they've been a few times. Good amount, probably the most out of everyone in those years.
They're literally like the Patriots of this time because the Patriots are the same way.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's like as much as people like, a lot of people hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think the only people that like Patriots are people that live in New England or Boston.
Pretty much.
Outside of that, everybody hates them.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
Like everybody really a fan of him.
Yeah.
I know someone who's a fan that's from here, and he's from actually Oklahoma, and he lives here, but it's just like, how did that happen?
You gotta punch him in the face.
Like, although people say that about me being a Niner fan, like, how did that happen? Like,
Niners, though, is different, man. Like, to me, there's certain teams, right, that, like, they stretch far beyond the city.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they just have a legacy that goes, like, so deep. And 49ers is one of those teams, Cowboys, Green Bay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just have like the Chicago Bears.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? They just have like this like legacy behind
them. They have a
them.
moment in time that's theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like for years.
Now the Steelers too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like those people are gonna have fans everywhere, man. You
definitely.
Know what I mean?
Once you get that big status, that's when people become
when you
fans.
win that much.
Yeah, when you win that much, people become fans. People that are new to the sport or whatever they see, and they're like, "Oh, they play good ball. Then I'm gonna go for them."
Yeah.
And then they sometimes switch once they start losing.
But in the NBA though, with Tim Duncan, I don't know where my hatred comes for Tim Duncan, but I just don't like this fucker, man. I don't know what it is about Tim Duncan, but
with me, it was the rivalry between the Lakers and the Spurs at times. There was heated games between them.
Everybody had a rivalry with these fuckers then.
Well, yeah, basically everyone did. Like everyone's favorite team pretty much. They can actually say probably that we had a rivalry with the Spurs because the Spurs were that kind of a team. That's why they were so good.
Yeah,
that they probably had rivalries with a lot of teams and didn't even know it. They just like, we're just playing y'all. I didn't know that y'all took it that bad, but people were taking it like that.
What do you think they're gonna do now? I mean, was he that much of a factor?
I honestly believe they're still going to be a pretty good team. Like a all right team. They're going to be doing better than my Lakers are. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers really are starting from scratch pretty much.
Do you think that any of the players that's on the Spurs,
are going to leave?
No, not that. If you put them on a different team, like if you take Ginobili off of this team, put him on a different team, or you take Tony Parker off of this team, put him on a different team. Right? Do you think that they would play as good as they are when they're with the Spurs?
That's a good question. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Being used to that dynamic for so long, they're going to be off because they're not going to have their squad. I mean, a lot of them played together for so long that I believe they're going to try
like
to
Ginobili
stay.
and Tony Parker are probably like they're probably going to hit like maybe a year or two out.
Oh yeah.
Like Ginobili will probably retire next year.
Yeah, they're on their way out.
And Tony Parker will probably maybe 2 years from now.
Yeah. You know I mean, they may try to push it as much as they can, but yeah, they ain't gonna be there too many more years. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think they're gonna try to stay. You know what I'm saying with Spurs, but the Spurs, you know, the powers that be in the the box and everything, all that, they're gonna probably try to maybe let people go. Like, force them out, trying to rebuild already.
You think so?
It happens all the time on teams, you know what I'm saying?
Not with the Spurs, though.
I would hope not, that they'd have more respect for some of these people who put in that much work, earn championships.
Maybe if Popovich left, then I would see that team disintegrating and breaking up. But
yeah, well, Popovich, I think he'll hold it together. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
No,
he's like the kind of guy that walks in, he's like, I don't care, I want Kawhi Leonard.
And he controls shit, yeah. Oh, yeah, for real. And the face looks blank. Yeah. That's just his facial expression looks blank. But he sounds angry. I want to but his face is blank.
You ever see when they ask him questions about like after the game, he's kind of got like these basic ass answers. He's like, I don't know. Like, you just play defense in
2 words or
like
just a one-liner.
They're like, so Popovich, what are you planning on doing in the second half to get back in the game? He's like, we're gonna play basketball. We're gonna shoot.
We're just play ball.
We're gonna play some ball. Like, any other question, motherfucker? Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, it was like hustle, and then that's it. Just one word. Like, can you elaborate?
Yeah,
hustle harder.
We're gonna play defense. That's what we always do.
Yeah,
it's funny because all players say the same shit. They always say the same shit. They'd be like, I mean, they're a great team.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna have to stick together as a team. Have a little bit of ball movement. And take some wide open shots. Like, motherfucker, that's everybody's game plan.
Ain't that the basics? Like, that's what was taught when I started playing ball as a kid. Like, I remember that was the goal.
We can't let any fast break points happen. Like, nigga, nobody's allowed to let Brad fast. Like,
you're supposed to stop that. We gotta stop him from making baskets. That's a part of the game.
We gotta rebound more. Like, we gotta make our free throws. Like, we know.
Yeah. That's a given. Captain Obvious. All right, that's just crazy.
Yeah, man. Also, too, did you hear about this whole shit with Deflategate? With
some shit came up.
Some shit just popped up. Just I think today or yesterday.
I did not know.
But I guess what's his face? Tom Brady. Tom Brady, his bitch ass. Hate that fucker. He got he was appealing. Mm-hmm. And his appeal got denied. Okay, so like everybody's like going crazy.
Oh shit!
His appeal got denied. I don't know. He might get in trouble for this Deflategate shit.
It may actually end up coming back and biting him in the ass.
Yeah,
They ain't gonna take no ring from him though.
No, they should. That's the thing about the pages, man.
On the wrist.
They have so many things that goes towards them that people say that they're cheating.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, man. Like after all these years, people still out. We should take their rings. I know somebody listening right now. It's like, fuck you, real. Fuck you, Sharif.
I love the Pats. Like, fuck out of here.
Let me choke on my drink, bro.
Yeah, there's someone out there that's
like Pats,
die hard.
Pats all day.
Pats all day, baby. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Ben Affleck, I think he's like a super Pats fan.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't doubt if what's his name, Matt Damon was either.
Yeah. No, there's a video. There's a video online somewhere where it's like I think it's Ben Affleck and he's like. Talking with the Boston accent, and he's like talking about how the Patriot. This shit's funny. I
love the Patriot. I can't even do a Boston accent.
Yeah.
I have to work on that one.
The Boston accent is funny, man. But let's move on to some other shit, bro. I've started seeing some like stuff on my timeline about it.
Yes.
What the hell's going on with that shit?
It is coming back. Basically, and what it is,
I seen somebody share something and it was like, this shit looks scary as fuck.
Oh, it is.
I didn't get to watch it though.
Here, I can show you while we're just talking about it. That's how he's looking. He has the lines on his face. He didn't have that shit before, like going up his eyes, over, and he looks more demented. Before he was creepy. You know what I'm saying? It was Tim Curry. And I think it's still Tim Curry because he's on the movie, so I believe he has him. And there's like something they're saying about like it's gonna be like he's going to be able to release more. There's going to be like kind of more it's out there, like creatures or something. And I was thinking,
yeah, what? I've never been afraid of clowns, man.
Not me neither. Never
but
been
people,
afraid.
but it's
many people out there.
There's a lot of people that
it's a big phobia.
It is.
Oh.
I don't know if it's because of it.
Circuses,
you think that has something to do with it?
It could be. Like, it probably scarred a generation for life.
Scarred a whole generation.
Yeah, kind of like Jaws, you know what I'm saying? Okay, same respect where people
because I'm not going out in the ocean, bro.
I am and I do. And
like, I go to maybe my waist
crazy.
And I'm like, yo, this is a little too far for my own good. You know what I'm saying?
We could talk about that another day. Where
we'll talk about that shark shit.
Shark shit and just ocean life.
But no, like, do you watch the show, what's the show? American Horror Story?
Yeah, like I saw the one with the free show.
The free show with the guy with the clown?
I actually bought that.
Now that was the first time that I was afraid of clowns. Yeah.
He played it well.
He did, but you know, because he was just sitting there all quiet with this mask on his face. But I was very upset when he started like talking. And he got into his like backstory and all that. And I was like, you just ruined the whole shit.
I liked it before when he was more, there was more mystery behind him.
Like the mystery is what made him so fucking scary.
And I tie that thing cover and then like it rip off at time and it revealed under his mask. It was like, ugh. Like, fuck. And then you put it very, I mean, it was more better when it was mystery. You know what I'm saying?
When it was all mystery. When they started like showing it, I was like, what are you doing? Like, you can stretch this out over the whole season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do it in one episode. Stop ruining it quick. And,
because he's just sitting there just looking at people. And people are like,
fucking people up, kidnapping. You know, what I'm
he's
saying?
just doing all quiet. You know,
clown people. I know people who have fear of clowns. So I mean, it's a good question. Maybe Pennywise did do that shit because which is a crazy name for a clown. You know what I'm saying? You call him it sounds more creepy. You call him Pennywise. I guess that's what lures the kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
motherfucker was hiding in the sewers and shit.
Yeah, they all float down here, Georgie. Hey, Georgie. Yeah, watch that movie. And
I gotta watch the movie again.
I need to also. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Like, for the longest, I forgot the kid's name, but someone recently had told me, and that's why it just ain't popped out in my head, that Georgie shit. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a creepy movie. It's Stephen King, so I mean, he's always creepy.
He's always been creepy.
Yeah.
Even sometimes when he's not creepy. Didn't he do like was a movie Mist? The Mist?
Was it? Oh.
Was that Stephen King?
Was that him?
It's a crazy ass ending.
Yeah, I believe it was. Oh,
yeah.
Probably one of the craziest endings in cinema.
That was a fucked up ass ending.
Very fucked up. Like, if you ain't seen that movie, what's wrong with you? But spoiler alert. No.
You just gotta shake your head at that shit like, Jesus.
It's something wild that when you see it, you'll feel for the guy. It's like, wow. And it's that one's great. And that's Stephen King. He always has fucked up endings.
Yeah.
He does that all the time. But yeah. Can't wait for that movie to come out. I believe it is coming out.
Wait a minute. Before we go, how do you feel about all these fucking movies doing these like remakes of like 80s classics, 80s and 90s classics? How you feel about that shit, bro? There's a part of me that wants it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, we need to see this like how it should have been, right? But then there's another part of me that when I see it, I'm like, they should let this shit alone.
Yeah, just don't mess up. Don't mess up something that ain't broke.
How do you not mess it up though?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's a certain air about shit when it's real and not CG, right? When shit is like real, right? Like that's why Star Wars did like so well just recently because they try to use more practical effects.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you see people with real bodysuits with weird alien shit versus so they're really there, you know what I'm saying? Versus like me looking at a CG person, I gotta pretend like there's something there.
Yeah. Just
like
put it in with a computer. Yeah,
it actually makes the actors act better when shit is really there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
They can actually feel it, you know what I'm saying?
And see it and
everything.
Smell it and you know what I mean?
Yeah, without it you just kinda you're playing make believe, you know what I'm saying? Like with ghosts.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that'll work in certain situations, man, but like you can't.
Yeah, certain.
Some movies are like the whole fucking movie is CG, and it's like, come on, cuz it's not really.
That's
not really popping like that.
That shit. It has changed the game though. CG.
Yeah,
it has because we are able to see things as long as it's done well.
Yeah,
if it's done well. We're able to see things that in a different way that we wouldn't have been able to. Like, I mean, a fight scene where someone gets hit and they get thrown across a building, and it's just like they make it look real. You know the person's face is there.
Sometimes you can't even fucking tell.
Yeah,
it's gotten to the point now where I'm watching regular TV and I'm like, these motherfuckers hitting me with this CG shit, and then like I look again, I'm like, hold up, no, that was real.
That was real. Yeah,
that wasn't even CG.
Yeah, some shows are doing that now. Some shows are fucking with it, so sometimes you can't tell. Yeah, it's like
I walked in, I was watching a basketball game, and I'm like, what game y'all playing? And I'm like, this is the real basketball game. And I'm like, oh shit, oh goddamn, it's the real game.
It's a real game on. I'm used to seeing these games that look amazing.
Yeah. It's starting to get there. I would say another maybe 3 or 4 years you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Cause,
you know what I'm saying?
I saw that new UFC game at UFC 2, like video footage of that, and my goodness, that shit looks so real.
It looks so real these days, bro.
Just watching on my phone, I was just thinking, like, if I was to walk into a room, I'd just put myself in that position. If I was just to walk in somewhere and seen that on TV, I'd think, oh shit, there's a fight on it right now.
Yeah. Like if you just passing by, not really paying attention like deeply, you wouldn't even know.
I mean, skin, pores, glisten with the sweat. It starts all of a sudden start glistening.
The clothes are moving, you know what I mean? Like,
shorts
it's like Jesus Christ.
It's crazy. It's crazy how shit's getting, but it's also It's awesome. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have ever imagined it growing up. You know, what I'm saying? Getting it like this.
No, I wouldn't imagine it either. Because when you look at the game, when you look at games back then versus games now, I was playing this game in front of my homeboy's kid. At the time, he was like 10, and I was playing this game, and he was like, he said, he was like, these graphics suck, right? And I was like, bitch, these graphics were the best graphics that you could get at this time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? At the time period.
Exactly. Yeah,
they'd be disrespecting.
Go back to Nintendo 64, hit up PS1, 2, any of those. Like get on those.
We sound like old heads.
Oh, definitely. I've been through all the systems. Like I started off with the system I wasn't even born when it came out, like the Atari. So I've played them all.
Yeah.
So I mean, shit. We are definitely old heads, but we are actually we had it actually. People could say we're old heads, but we were perfect timing.
That's really what it was, because we got the
everything.
We catch everything, bro.
We caught everything.
We're the only generation to catch the before, the middle, and the after.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're catching all of this shit.
You got all of it. You got to experience music at its greatest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we did. We had the best.
Seeing how it's moved around and shaking up. And people are like, what's going on now? And like in all music too, all genres. We've seen the progression.
I know, fool.
Change.
All genres. We seen
movies, everything,
bro.
Everything. Life.
Yes, we had the best fucking era. All you kids are some assholes, and you motherfucking older motherfuckers. I remember like the old rap. They used to be like, I went down to the candy store and I got me something to drink. Like nobody wants to hear that shit no more, bro.
Nobody wants to hear that.
I remember when they were doing that, and it was like, you little youngers don't
understand. This is like music.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That shit is trash.
Yeah.
Okay, compared to what we was on and the shit that they on now, we had the best shit.
We had the best shit.
We really had the best shit.
Yeah, we got the.
It was the height. We were at the peak of everything. You know what I'm saying?
We got to witness people that aren't here no more. That you know what I'm saying, actors and musicians, and we've seen people come and go.
We've seen it all. We've seen the greats.
People aren't gonna. The people nowadays they missed out.
These kids don't know who the fuck Michael Jackson's going.
What the fuck? I was just watching the old Tupac movie. I was watching Gang Related the other day. Yeah. I ain't seen that shit in a long. No, Gridlock. My bad. Gridlock. It was on the other day. Seen Gridlock, and I was like, man, I'm gonna watch this shit. I ain't seen this in a long time. Yeah. Classic. Great movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we have to get into that. Man. But we got to get ready to get into this interview with the homeboy. I don't know if I should call him Bishop or Bishop Fontaine. He's kind of got a couple different names going on. We gonna get all that squared away on the interview. You know what I'm saying? So we got that coming up, and we'll get back with you guys right after word from the sponsor.
Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. A new social network arises every day. If you need social media branding, the team at First Class Social can handle it. From influencer marketing to new media advertising, we got it covered. Head over to firstclasssocial.com today for more info. That's firstclasssocial.com.
Okay, bet. So before we get into all this, man, is it Bishop Fontaine or is it Ande Bishop?
It's Bishop Fontaine. I actually ran into some legal issues. My old name, my original name was Andy Bishop, but I got sued. Well, I got like a cease and desist type thing to where it was already trademarked to another entertainer.
Oh, so wow.
So I had to change it on the fly. So I go by Bishop anyway, but my birth name was Andrew, so I was called Andy as a kid. So I just switched it to Bishop Fontaine because I don't know if y'all familiar with the show Martin, but do y'all remember the episode Pretty Ricky Fontaine?
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite Martin episode. So I was just watching it the same night that I got the letter. I was like, I'm going to just go with Bishop Fontaine. And I ran with it.
Yeah, man, I know it's have you run into a lot of issues with, I guess, like cease and desist in this game yet, bro? Or is that the only time you ran across something like that?
No, man. I've getting into music, especially being on like the more administrative side of it, you do find out how difficult it is to use stuff, especially with like samples and stuff. I've had like trouble uploading my own music on SoundCloud and shit, just crazy stuff. Can I curse? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, man, this the real nigga podcast.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I was making sure.
Say whatever the fuck you want.
Family friendly, but yeah, man, I ran into some issues, man, legal contracts and recording contracts and all that jazz. You know, it's a part of music.
Yeah, you're always gonna run across some shit sometimes. Sometimes it's just bullshit, but it's just the way it rolls, man.
Yeah, it's better to go through it early, man. Like they say, it's better to fail fast. Just get it over with.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, man. I was listening to the EP that you dropped last year, I believe, right?
About a year, around this time last year.
Yeah, and you start off the EP with the Mos Def joint, okay? Let me ask you this. So I guess it's like Mos Def. Are you inspired by Mos Def? Is that why you chose that? Or?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I like Mos Def and what he represents, but I've never really dove deep into his music. That was really the only song I was familiar with from him, and I actually heard it through a Casey Veggies freestyle. I thought it was Casey Veggies beat for the longest. I don't know if you ever heard his version, but
I've heard a lot of different versions
of them, but yeah.
He that was the first version I heard, and I thought it was so dope, and so I just rapped to it. I didn't find out it was Mos Def until we had to go through like the clearances and shit. And I thought we was gonna have to reach out to like Epic, who Casey is signed with, but we had to end up going through Mos Def's people. That's how I found out. I didn't even know. But then I went back and listened to it, and he got the dopest version out of everybody.
It's a classic version, bro. Like
he got the best version.
Yeah. Like
if I would have heard his before I did mine, I would have went harder.
You probably would have been a little different with it, right? Like, oh, okay. Because a lot of people they think that Mos Def is. Like just like pure, just hip hop, just bars, but they don't know like Mos Def really be out there, harmonizing and singing and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about people like Mos Def and Andre 3000 is when you're a black artist, like a true artist, you can do that, and you just happen to be great at rap. Like they try to great like not to be racial, but black or like minority entertainers, they try to pigeonhole us and give us one thing that we're good at. But a lot of guys like Mos Def, like Andre 3000, they do everything well, and we just zoom in on one thing. But Mos Def is like the craziest artist. Like I went back and did some research after I heard his song, and he's phenomenal, man. Like I can only aspire to make an album like how he made his first.
Both of them even going into acting. Like they both are multi talented, definitely.
Yeah, Mos Def, he ain't even in America. More like I follow him now ever since that. Like he's so powerful. That one piece of work he did, that one song, just turned me into like a huge fan. Not in the sense where I want to be one of the niggas who front and be like, I memorized the whole album, but the one thing that he created inspired me, so I follow him now. And
there's that album that is from is Mos Def, the new Danger is the album is from, and there's only 2 songs you need to know on that album, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? It's that song and the intro song. What's it called? Oh man, it's a. Jeez, I can't remember it, man. But it's the intro. The Boogeyman song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Those only 2 songs you really need to know from that album. And those are going to probably be the most impactful songs on that album. If you talk to anybody that's ever listened to New Danger, they're going to point out the song that you was rapping over, the beat, and they're going to talk about that intro, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are classic. You got to get into some more Mos Def, man.
Yeah, I will, man. But like sometimes you make a song so great that it overshadows the rest of the album. And not to say the rest of the album is subpar, but those 2 songs, sometimes 2 or 3 songs just stand out and they become what you're known for. Like, I don't know if y'all remember John B from the 90s. His albums like that They Don't Know and Are You Still Down? Like those 2 songs.
Are You Still Down?
So like they're just so crazy that you don't really want to focus on the rest of the album, even though it's still good. But sometimes you make a song so great, people just you look at Bryson Tiller with Don't or Exchange, people just gravitate to certain songs.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So, as far as I'm gonna continue here with your EP, man. Just we can talk about your music. There's a lot of laid back, I guess, vibes on this EP, man. Like a lot of it is a lot of it is like
chill, smoke music. You know, like that's the vibe I get when I hear it. Like you could really just kick it. You can ride to it. You know, just if you had a drop top, you can put your top down and just ride through the city at night, jam that type of music. Like the style. That's how it feels.
That's most def. Yeah, I mean, like it gives me a lot of the feel like Dom Kennedy, man. Is he like an inspiration for some of your music?
I love Dom, man. He's definitely somebody who I'm not gonna say molded my style after, but everybody in rap is influenced by somebody. You know,
of course,
everybody sounds like somebody before. Like I really when I started to rap, I really looked deeply into like Dom Kennedy, Fabulous, The Game, Big Boy from Outkast. I didn't really want to sound like the conventional, everybody, which I'm influenced by these guys too, but like Jay-Z, Nas, Big, Pop. Those be like the big four that everybody kind of molds their style after in large part. So I just wanted to go after some other greats who were kind of unorthodox with their style and try to just put my own influence in it. And Dom was definitely one of those. His mixtape From the West Side with Love too. That's what I was listening to when I was recording a lot of the album.
Yeah, that was a classic, man. From West Side with Love too, man. That was definitely like one of my favorites that he dropped. How you feel about Dom Kennedy now, man? I know he's catching some flack. I think his last project that he dropped, I think his last mixtape, he was catching a lot of backlash for it, man. I mean, how do you feel about Dom Kennedy and where he's headed now?
Man, to be completely honest, I admire that man. Like he's so free of criticism or restraint. Like he doesn't have a major deal. And he makes his own money and he manages himself pretty much. So he's in a position to do what he wants to do. He doesn't have to conform to us. So if he drops a project and people don't like it, I mean, it just happens. Even Jay-Z's dropped quote unquote whack albums, but I mean, I didn't enjoy it as much as like his previous stuff, but I didn't think it was a bad album. I think it's probably going to drive him to bounce back with something super strong, if anything. Like I know he reads that stuff, I know he sees it, and I know it was commercially probably his best performing album. So for it to be like, panned like that, probably it's kind of disappointing to him. I think he's going to bounce back.
His album wasn't bad, but he had a mixtape that he dropped after, and like a little free joint or whatever. I think he was rapping on other people's beats, and I definitely wasn't digging it. I felt like he was trying to do something that he should. Like I think certain people, they're better when they're being themselves and they're being unique to themselves. Like and I see this going on right now with Kodak Black. Right, a lot of people don't like Kodak Black, but I actually like some of his music, and but I see him now. He's kind of moving towards like the Yo Gotti, Little Boosie kind of sound, and that's cool and all. But he doesn't shine there. He shines when he's being himself and he's being unique. And I kind of felt like Dom Kennedy needs to go back to like just being himself. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. And he'll be all right. You know what I mean? And I think that it happens a lot in the game, man. Like, the game will come and change you. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got like pressure. They're like, well, you need to make this big song, or you need to have this person on your album, or whatever, and none of it's organic anymore.
And it's not yours.
Yeah, and
man, Kodak is young. He's 20, 21, and like you said, when that pressure hits, I mean, to go from just going to the studio to just wanting to get away from stuff and just
having fun,
right? Having like, I can tell you myself, like after you get a deal, and I was nowhere near as acclaimed as like Kodak was or the buzz level, but like once you even get that, they start giving you analytics, and I was sending in songs. And Kodak is probably the same rapper for real, but it was songs I was sending in after Oceans, and they would be like, oh well, this doesn't meet this analytic, the intro's too long, the hook's too this, the beat is too that. So a lot of times your label will start to shoot down what you submit because they're just aiming for that radio hit. So you can't even release what you want. So hopefully that's not the situation. I like Kodak a lot. But I definitely agree with what you're saying. After hearing like his first wave of stuff, his new stuff isn't really as...
Yeah, it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just not unique. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear a song like Skirt, Skirt, like you're not going to get that from anybody else. Like that's Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? But some of his newest stuff is like, well, I can listen to this from other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can see him kind of moving into it like that. Like, I just don't want him to become another trap rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want him to be Kodak Black, be weird, be cool, and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think he'll shine that way.
Yeah,
you know
I think he'll star, man. I think, like they say in basketball or sports, a star is gonna find a way to be the star. Like, you're gonna get on the field and you're gonna score points. Like, I feel like he's that type of artist. He's gonna find himself. So he'd be good. No Flocking is like one of the best songs I heard.
Jesus Christ, No Flocking? I don't think my homeboy Reefer heard No Flocking, but when we get to this podcast, I'm gonna play No Flocking for you. Okay? Yeah. I just found out about this song like 6 months ago, but I think it's like almost 2 years old. You know what I'm saying?
And it shows me how long he been working and how ahead of his time he was. Like,
yeah,
he made that 2 years ago, and now people dropping shit trying to sound like that, and he been had that sitting in his email. So. And
you hear it too. It's like his style, man. Like it's kind of I don't know. I know Reefer gonna like it because it's kind of. I know you like 3-6 Reefer, so it's kind of got a little bit of that flavor in there. You know what I'm saying? But
that old Boosie kind of feel to it.
Yeah. It's some southern shit. I'll put you on to a Reefer, but you know,
it deserved to be way bigger than it is. Like,
it deserves to be way bigger than where it's at, man.
I just got back from Florida, and one thing I will say, they love Kodak down there. I was in a strip club, and No Flocking came on, and people went crazy.
Like, I see them performing it. And they was going crazy. I was like, "Yo,
it's like
No Flocking."
Spiritual, like everybody just.
You know what's real crazy? It is like a Negro spiritual, but I see a lot of white folks
they love
going. They love that shit, bro. And I'm like, I don't really know like how nigga this shit really is. What you know about this? But
I tweeted
a couple months.
I want them to play this shit at my funeral. Like, when you dropping my shit in the ground, play like all jokes aside. Like, I need to go and make sure they do this shit. I wasn't trying to be funny. Like, when they dropping my casket in the ground, I want No Flocking to be played. Like, that's how
play this No Flocking. Yeah, you know, Kodak Black, he's got a following like that, man. People just love him, man, and that's why I really. And I love him too, but I really don't want him to go into. I don't want him to be industryed out. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see it happening. I just don't want it for him, man. Because I feel like he could be bigger than just like your regular trap rapper or your regular street rapper. I feel like he could be bigger than that.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes, man. Only time will tell.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think he's one of those artists. He's gonna have like a Gucci Mane career where he has to be in adversity to be great. Like, if Gucci Mane wasn't in trouble all the time, I don't think he would be making as good of music that he's making. I think some people just need to be in chaos to keep that edge. And he might be one of those
to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Boosie's whole career has kind of been based off of that. I feel like that, like there's always something trying to take Boosie down, bro. But he always comes out victorious.
Bounces back always.
Always himself. A lot of people forgot how many times T.I. went to jail these last couple of years. Like,
Oh yeah.
Always bounce back too.
That's a dude too.
Yeah.
It kind of hindered him though, because there was certain times where I feel like T.I. would probably be I'm not saying he's not big, because T.I. is legendary, right? Yeah. But
he's one of my favorite. He's in my top 5. I can't let you speak ill on Tip. Like,
yeah, he's one of my favorite artists too. But I feel like some of the shit that happened to him in the last few years affected, his trajectory a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, especially right when everything's kind of changing over into like the new school. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit harder for him to kind of stay at the forefront now than before he had all. Yeah, when he was really in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's still one of my favorite artists, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, he's definitely in my top 5. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him briefly before. He's a really humble guy. Like, he's one of those guys. Once you meet him, he's gonna be instantly your favorite rapper just because he's just that cool. But one thing that he don't get a lot of credit on is his ear. You know how people love to talk about how like Gucci Mane always finds the next wave of talent.
That's true. Yeah.
T.I. discovered Travis Scott.
Yep.
Like, he has a strong roster of artists. Like, so him as an executive, he's still very successful. Travis Scott is arguably the hottest rapper out. So And T.I. found him on a blog somewhere and changed his life. So T.I. he's still doing his thing, man.
Well, now you were just speaking of top 5. Now, who would be your top 5?
My all-time favorite rapper is Tupac. He's probably one of my favorite. We can agree on that.
I'm upset that you said Tupac just because I know like this just feeds in the Reapers. Like
let me go into my show.
Another one, you're real.
Here about Tupac Shakur. I don't put him on my top 5 list because he transcended music. Like Tupac to me is like Malcolm X, Booker T. Washington level, like Barack Obama level, great. Like I don't even put him in the rap like list.
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
He did so much for black people in 25 years. Like, think about him passing at 25, Big passing at 23. If Kendrick dies at 25, God forbid, we don't get a lot of his catalog. Same with Cole, same with Drake. If Drake dies at 25, all we get is Take Care. We don't get anything after that. So when you put that in perspective, think about what Tupac and Biggie were not able to give us. Like, imagine not hearing To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City. What if Kendrick passes away after Section 80? How great is he? So for Pop to get to 25 and give us, in my opinion, 3 classic albums at a fresh 25, he was only 25 for like 2 or 3 months when he got killed. So to me, he'll always.
Yeah, we was just talking about this on the last podcast about how he pretty much lived the whole life, and everybody's got like a Tupac story. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, how long did this fool live? And it's like, nah, he lived till he was 25, 26.
And he was only hot.
He lived like a whole life.
For 2 years. Like, he got out of jail in like early 95, got killed in late 96. That's not even 24 months. Because when Tupac came out, it wasn't really that hot. A lot of people say he kind of ripped off Public Enemy. And then it was Strictly for My Niggas. That he had some singles on there. He had I Get Around, but he still wasn't the hottest rapper out at that point. He didn't really hit his stride until Me Against the World when he was incarcerated at that point. So for a little bit of his prime, he didn't even get to enjoy it because he was in prison. So for him to drop all out, and he wasn't alive for the 7-Day Theory, which is a fucking classic. So he really was only out. He was really only out and on top for one album, All Eyes on Me, and he didn't even finish the full album cycle before he got killed. So, and in the meantime, he filmed 6 movies.
Yeah.
He
really did. That's crazy.
Yeah, like
he was working.
Yeah, he was definitely working. And the crazy thing was, everything that people talk about today, Tupac was doing back then.
Definitely.
He was gonna do the joint album with John B. So he was gonna be the first rapper to have it was gonna be him and R. Kelly, but they couldn't get it to happen for some reason. Probably some type of label politics. But he was gonna do a joint album with R. Kelly 5 years before Jay-Z did it. Yeah. When R. Kelly was still in his prime. So Tupac had a lot. He had a lot going on. I even had the pleasure. I met somebody who actually kind of let me read through some of his random paperwork that they had. Like I was able to read awesome. His leases and some notes that he wrote. Like in his record deal, he was gonna like make Interscope and Death Row pay for like free concerts for like he was gonna perform at schools, and any kid who had a C average or above could come to the concert for free.
No, I remember that. I remember hearing about that.
So just seeing notes that he had like that is just crazy. Man.
Yeah, if he'd have lived, I mean, you see where Trump is as a celebrity. I think Pac could have ran for president eventually. You know what I'm saying? He had that mentality where he could, and he had a lot of people that he united through his music.
He had that felony though, so he would have been disqualified.
Yeah, that would have held him back, but he still would have been up there politically.
You can get felonies expunged.
He got in Congress or something.
Yeah, he'd have worked something in there politically, just because I know he had a strong mind.
But to answer your question, when I do a top 5, I leave out Pac, Jay, Nas, and Big because that's everybody's.
Yeah, those are givens. I feel you.
So outside of them, I would say T.I., Fabulous. No, I'm gonna take Fabulous. I'm gonna say T.I., I'm gonna say Gucci, I'm gonna say. I put Game in my top 5 just off the strength of his first 2 albums. Lupe. And then
now that's a choice.
This is just off the top of my head without 2.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
I'm gonna go with Scarface.
Man, yeah, there you go.
Man, when was Scarface? Matter of fact, let's
Really
change this a little bit.
Too.
Yeah, where are you from originally?
I'm from Anniston, Alabama, man. It's like an hour outside of Atlanta, an hour outside.
Bruh. That's where I was born at.
Yeah. Bama boys.
What
We
part?
were third coast born, but we were Texas raised. Yeah.
What part? You was from Anniston?
Yeah, man. Listen, what is it like? Quintard? How you say it?
Quintard.
Yeah, they got the mall or something.
Yeah, Quintard Mall.
Right. I'm not that far from it. I wasn't. I didn't live there like my whole life or nothing, but I was born there. My mom is from there. Like that's where my mom's family is from. That's where they were at. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, I used to stay out there. I mean, you know, I was out there when I was a kid. We went down there every summer to go visit my grandma out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's why I was.
And it's in a real small Bobby family.
No.
Yeah, we probably might like no joke.
No joke. Like it's a one street town, bro. Like your uncle probably
I used to get
my aunt or something like that. Like we
this no joke, man, because you know what? Like my family, my mom's side, it was one of them big families. So she had 5 brothers. She had a sister. You know what I'm saying? Like they were squad. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put it past, man. You know what I mean? But let me ask you this though. So being from Alabama, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, how is that with you? You know, trying to get in the rap game. I know that hasn't been too much noise coming from Alabama, other than like Dirty or Yellow Wolf.
We had Dobie before he got killed. He was signed to T.I. He was from Montgomery. He got killed a couple years ago, but he was.
Yeah, I remember Dobie.
Yeah. We had Rich Boy. Rich Boy had him on.
That's right, Rich Boy too. So I mean, what's that like as far as, you know, trying to come up in that you know, do you feel like you have to leave to get on, or is it a struggle out there?
Yeah, you definitely have to leave. I mean, there's so many talented people where I'm from, man. But in any small city, but I always tell people, your music is like a billboard, you know. It has a message on it. It's something that's to be reacted to. But a billboard is only effective if it's in an area of high traffic. If you put a billboard in the desert, you're not going to sell whatever's on that bitch. It's just not going to sell. But if you put it in Times Square, it becomes the most valuable asset that you have, because just the sheer amount of people who have the opportunity to react to it. So coming from a small town, and not just Anniston, any small city, you can't make it. Like you look at J. Cole. J. Cole had to go to New York. We had to go to Atlanta. Like, you just, if I could blow it from the comfort of my home, living across the street from my mom, of course I would have done that, but that just wasn't realistic. My only regret in music is I didn't leave faster. But I mean, it's a great city.
I think there's a lot of people, you're right, man, that like they live in these small cities, man. I mean, I'm from a small city in the middle of Texas, man, and I mean, me and Reefa both are, and there's not a lot going on out here. I mean, we're like literally like maybe an hour from Austin, and Austin isn't even popping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's popping there, but not nationally. You know what I'm saying?
You could at least monetize. Like, you see, the thing about it is, as a rapper, you're only as strong as how many people you can get to come to a building on one given night. Like, that's it. If you can advertise you in town and 500 people show up, you're legitimate. But if nobody shows up, you're nobody. So in a small town, you can't get 500 people to come to a show and pay you. That's not gonna happen. Now in Dallas, Texas, and Houston, Texas, of course. Atlanta, of course. But in a small town, you're not gonna be able to do that. So you have to leave. But a lot of guys, they think they're gonna be the exception to that, and maybe one day, thanks to the internet, maybe. But up until this point, you have to go to a big market and then go out.
Okay.
Go back to the small market. Sure.
All right. Well, let's go back over to your music, man. You have on your EP, probably my favorite song on there is the Money of Friendz, and then you also have like a part 2. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't heard that in so long.
You ever heard those songs in a while?
After I made it, I stopped listening to it, man. I had to do so much to push it And just because I mastered it myself, so I was literally like listening to every song 10 hours a day. So I just got ear fatigue from it. If I go back and listen to it now, I'll probably love it again. But you know how it is. If a song is just on repeat, even if it's your own song. But yeah, I love the EP. Of course, I wouldn't have put it out. But everybody tells me that was like their favorite song. I wish I'd have put it out as a single.
Yeah, no, it's a good song because I mean, first off, it's a real song. You know what I'm saying? And it puts that question on you. And I mean, it can be taken a couple of different ways, but I guess it kind of depends on who's listening and what they're going through at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But I figured that the question is like, it's almost like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What's your motivation? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you? I mean, is it money or friends? You know what I'm saying? And that could, when you really think about it, man, like that could like split people up. You know what I'm saying? When you make the decision on. Yeah, and they're both not wrong. You know what I'm saying? To an extent, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, money can be seen wrong to some people because the money's the root of all evil, but money can also free you up to do amazing things. You know what I'm saying? So it was a real ass question. It really makes you think. Like what's more important?
And friends are the same way, where it could be a good thing, or they could be holding you back, holding you down, or actually holding you down, you know what I'm saying, doing good for you, you know what I'm saying, but it could be bad, it could be negative. Yeah. So it has the same effect, so it's good that, the message is there, and then people just make their choice.
Yeah. And what were you going through at the time when you made this song? Can you remember?
I had friends who was mad that I was making money and it wasn't. So a lot of people I had to cut off. And I actually had to ask myself that, like, am I going to slow down what I'm doing and try to bring people with me, or am I going to try to separate myself from these people? And even with
it's a hard choice too.
Yeah. I chose money.
Well, I mean, like, it's a hard choice in the sense that, like, definitely. You have your friends.
You got to prioritize for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, you got your friends, and maybe y'all are working together or whatever, and then, maybe like your friends aren't, going as hard as you are or whatever. And it's hard to see sometimes, like, outside of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, these are my peoples, I'm going to roll my peoples. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can't see, them holding you back. You know what I'm saying? Because they are your peoples, right? You're almost kind of blind to it. You know what I mean? And then, but for you to make the decision to go to money and cut people off, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you do get the money, right? Because it'll all be worth it. But if you don't, it's like, I'm poor and I ain't got nobody to fuck with no more. You know what I'm saying?
But to delve deeper into it, though, is you also have to ask yourself, what type of friends do you have? Like, a lot of times,
that's true.
When I was first starting to make a wave, a lot of my friends were ignorant to what that really meant. They thought I had money. They thought that I was going to be able to support them, and that's not the type of friends you want around you. So it goes. I mean, I had some women friends who understood, they helped, they supported me, but a lot of people, in large part, they just say, "Hey, I saw you on wherever I saw you. You must have money now." They don't understand that I was making money, but I wasn't making mainstream rapper money. But when I try to tell that to them, they think that's just me dissing them or just not wanting to give what I have. But really, I didn't have what they thought I had. So I had ignorant friends.
That's crazy. And that sucks that you got to go through that. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to make your dreams happen, it just sucks that you got to deal with that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Headache you don't need, really.
Yeah. One more question I got about your EP. The song Roll Credits, you have the sample from Breaking Bad in there. Is that like one of your favorite shows?
Man, I was on that show so heavy when I made it. I actually made the whole EP in a day. Everything, I wrapped it. It was probably more like a day and a half, but I didn't go to sleep. Like, I wrote everything, laid everything down, because I wanted to lay everything back to back, so my voice kind of sounded the same throughout it. And it took me like maybe 2 or 3 days to mix and master. So I was literally just binge watching Breaking Bad while I was doing everything in between each song. So at the end, then I was just like, let me put something in from Breaking Bad. Thank God that I didn't get that video. Thank God they didn't catch it in sewers, but yeah.
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 And Heisenberg.
Yeah, that's what he was. It was Jesse Pinkman on there talking some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what a lot of people's favorite show. I mean, I didn't really like that show when it first came. Like the first 2 seasons, I tried because I watched it after the fact, and I watched the first 2 seasons, and I was like, man, this show's boring as shit. You know what I'm saying? And because I like intense shit. I like Sons of Anarchy. You know,
Burn Notice.
What's that?
Burn Notice.
I haven't seen Burn Notice either. Is that good?
You gotta get on that shit. That's the shit.
I've seen episodes. I ain't never seen the whole thing.
You gotta start from the beginning. It's about a CIA agent who he gets blackballed out of the CIA, and he spends the series trying to figure out why they X him out of the CIA, but they're trying to kill him before he finds out. It literally starts off from the very first moment. Action,
huh? Mm-hmm. Like Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Walking Dead too.
Walking Dead head over here.
Yeah, man. I really didn't like Breaking Bad in the beginning, man. But then when I got around to like the 3rd season, is when I was like, all right, I like this show. You know what I'm saying? The shit started to get, because I like I said, I like more intense shit. I like crazy shit. I like, heavy shit to be happening, man. Shit to make you scream at the TV. And Breaking Bad didn't do that for me in the beginning, man. But it rounded out to be one of my favorite shows in the end. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, let's move on to some other stuff, man. Let's talk about a little bit about American Roulette, man. Is this your label or how does that work?
Yeah, it was founded. I founded it and came up with like the name and stuff. But me and my business partner, Londn Blue, we both own 50% of it. We're going through like a transition as far as like our parent label. We were with like Universal 713 for a while last year. And now we have like a couple other like deals we're trying to work out. So we've been on a halt in releasing music, not making music. We still have music that we're sitting on, but we just like this thing that sucks about music, like the legality of it. You can't release music until everything's good, So, but yeah, it's a brainchild of ours. It's pretty much what we want to be known for. Like it's my project for my entire lifespan. Like it's something that I want to build throughout my entire life.
Okay, cool. There's definitely like a sound too that comes from you guys. Is that something that you guys, I guess, like spoke about, or you guys tried to like create?
I would say yes, but really, it just me and London grew up together. Like I met him when I was like 8 or 9 years old. We went to the same church, same school, played basketball for the same teams, stuff like that. So we pretty much are like family. So we both just got into music together. So we just were influenced by the same things. He taught me how to produce. Like he showed me how to make beats, taught me how to play piano. So a lot of times when I make music, my stuff is going to sound like his because he was my mentor. So,
yeah.
It's just that type of thing. We don't actively be like, let's sound like this, but it's just like if Tracy McGrady teach you how to play basketball, people are going to say, hey, he plays like Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, for sure. I see.
That type of shit.
Yeah, man. So where did the name American Roulette come from, or who decided on that name?
It was me. I actually had something else, and I forget the name of it, so it couldn't have been that good because I don't even remember. But I had something else, and I went to go like buy the domain name, and it was already taken. So I was at my grandmother's house, and she was playing like roulette online, and it had, of course, like the roulette game, and I saw like American Roulette at the bottom, and I was like, that sounds dope. So that was it. Like people think it's this deep ass, super deep meaning, but I just saw the word and was like, that's a cool ass word.
Huh.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like Russian roulette, and now I'm thinking about American roulette. I'm like, what is it, like 5 bullets instead of 6, or 4 bullets instead of 5? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference?
When we be in like meetings, or let's say if I'm on the phone with a bitch or something, I say some like super deep ass, life changing shit. But from one real nigga to another, I just saw it and was like, that's dope. Like, you was a girl, I'd be sounding like all poetic and shit. But it was just, I literally, because we owned a studio at the time called Bridgework Studios. And I just went in there and I was like, hey, what do you think about American Roulette? And London was like, that's dope. So we just ran with it. Like, we literally we saw the turn and it was just like, fuck it.
Bro, you about to lose all those bitches, fool, when they hear this podcast. They gonna be like, oh, this nigga ain't shit.
Hey,
He's been lying.
Too late.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. I heard you on the podcast.
They told me to say that, baby. You know that's not true.
That was scripted.
Yeah. I appreciate you knowing so much about it, man. It's so dope when people just do their homework on you and you can tell they're just students of everything.
No, I definitely peep it, man, because you know, like I've listened to you guys' music, you and Londn Blues. I didn't know the relationship between you all. I just know that the sound came from this one area, and to be honest, I didn't even know you were running a label. That was all new to me. But you know, I listened to the music, and I was drawn to it just you know, organically, because a lot of the music is real laid back. It's got a vibe to it, but then there's also like realness, and there's like a bit of just like, I guess, like lyrical pure hip hop. Like when I listen to you and Londn Blue, sometimes I hear a little bit of like Reasonable Doubt in there, right? Which is weird because I know that y'all from the South, and I'm like, where does that come from? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm a big fan of like Jay-Z and East Coast, but I'm also a fan of like the South and West Coast. I'm a fan of all types of hip hop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so when I hear it, I hear like literally all points. I hear, you know, some of the Southern thoughts, and then some of the East Coast type of styles, and then some of the West Coast kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of the thing that I was drawn to at first.
London, he got like 12 songs he's sitting on that he self-produced, and they're like anything that we have out to this point, not to downplay it because I feel like it's all good, but like he reached a whole nother level. Like we should have everything cleared up, and we'll be back to putting music out around September, God willing. Mm-hmm. But you know, he really like has hit another like level as a producer, as a rapper. I always felt like he was better than me, and I feel like I'm dope. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like he always had like that thing, and he's even better now. Like I'm super excited. I think the rest of this year and the beginning of next year, he's really gonna break through.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. We root for you, man. We gonna keep pushing for you, to be honest. So I guess like as you know, one of the things that I was hearing about is I guess you got like an artist under your belt right now, or maybe you could talk a little bit about that and what you got going on now.
Which artist?
I think his name is LaScrilla.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I've always been more business focused. Like me in London, he runs more of the sonic music side of it. Like he oversees like recording and production. I do that too, but that's more of his specialty. He has more of a mind for it. And me, I've always been more business. I handle like distribution, promotion, marketing, stuff like that. So it works good because we need each other, but we don't get in each other's way. Like what he's great at is what I need help in, and vice versa. So I actually, in the meantime, dealing with all this label stuff, I actually got a position working within Street Execs, which is a management company. They manage 2 Chainz, Young Dolph, Travis Porter, a lot of guys. They're based out of Atlanta, so I do like I direct the marketing and artist development. Now, LaScrilla is a guy who's affiliated with them. I don't think he's officially managed by us yet, but it's just a project that they put in my lap because you know I'm really good at laying a groundwork for an artist. You know, getting him some initial interviews, just getting his name out, helping him build his image, his story, even down to like the way you dress, things like that. So. Which of course he's his own artist too, but that's just my job to help with that. So LaScrilla, he's a guy out of Savannah, Georgia. He actually just got out of prison. He did 6 years for a drug trafficking. He just got out, and he's just telling his story, man. He's a real genuine guy. He's 100% authentic. He's just a great rapper. He reminds me a little bit of Young Dolph when he first started out, but he's really dope. His project actually drops this Friday. But yeah, I just got off the road when we did we're in the middle of a 7-city promo tour. tomorrow we got Tampa, and then we got Miami. But we were just in Florida. That's where I heard that Kodak Black shit. And we had a couple days in Atlanta and South Georgia, some small cities in South Georgia. We're just working, man. Like, foot to the cement, shaking hands, kissing babies and shit. Just building the artist the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, man. He kind of reminds me of Young Dolph too. It's kind of the same. He's kind of in that same air with Young Dolph, and Young Dolph has been definitely, I guess, like knocking doors down and what he's doing and whatnot out there in Memphis. So like LaScrilla, man, is when he say he did 6 years, man, is he? I guess like. Is he a younger guy? Is he an older guy? Does he come from a different time period?
He's in his mid-20s. He got put down. He got sent to jail at like 18. Man. He got convicted at 17. So he's like 24, 25. Like, it's crazy to think about that. Like, a man doesn't even see the free world until halfway through his 20s. But the thing I love about him, though, is he's very educated. He's very well-spoken. He's very polite. You wouldn't even know. You would think that he was just a regular, I mean, you could tell he's from the streets, but he doesn't strike you as a guy who did time, you know what I'm saying? So, he's a hard-working guy. Like, if you get on the phone with him, you love the guy. He's funny, but he just has a past, and that's what he speaks about. But yeah, he's really dope, and not to have a shameless plug, we managed Dolph, too. He's about to start his tour, the royalty tour. It's like a 20-day tour. It's going to be real dope. We're putting it together right now.
Yeah, Dolph been out there grinding, man. He's I know he dropped his King of Memphis album. I know there's some people that probably hate that.
But he didn't say he was the King of Memphis. He said King of Memphis. It can be more than one king,
Yeah.
Like
that's true.
Like T.I. used to be king of the South. It's a difference saying you're a king and the king, So that's all Young Dolph, man. People like you said, people took it the wrong way, but he never said he was the king of Memphis. He said he was a king.
DJ Paul says the king of Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 31. You know what I'm saying, and I think sometimes I don't want to say my generation, like I'm this old ass motherfucker. 'Cause I'm not that old. 31 ain't that motherfucking old.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
But I think sometimes like the generation of the music and the era that I kind of grew up on, they won't let like the young guys like make a way in. Like they literally be like you come in and they're like, nah, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I listen to Rory and he's kind of got his sound. Like, if you listen to Rory, he sounds like Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And but if you can't say that to certain people. Right, in my era, they're like, you need to shut the fuck up. Yeah. Because you pretty much disrespecting Andre 3000. It's like, come on, like, you got to let some of these young guys breathe, let them win a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them are really talented. And
Rory's talented. It revolves, man. Like, I always tell people, rap was created off of sampling. We took previous genres and recreated them. We took blues, jazz, soul songs, and we made them into rap songs. And then, so obviously, we're gonna take what came before us for the rest of the life of the culture. You think when Nas came out, everybody said he sounded like Rakim. When Slick came out, a lot of people said he sounded like Slick Rick. Like, people forget, like, these legends they were influenced by somebody too. So of course, Rory probably sounds like 3000. But see, but to an 18 or 19-year-old who's never heard Andre 3000, Rory sounds brand new.
Like him,
like Rory, right?
So it's like when I used to play, like when I played the Migos, and I was like, man, this flow is so dope. My uncles would be like, oh, that's Buddy from 3 6 Mafia. He took his flow. I never.
That's
heard
like 3 6 shit, right?
Yeah. I forget Buddy's name. I think it was Lord Infamous. That was his. They say it was his flow. I still to this day haven't heard Lord Infamous. But
man, you acting like a real young head right now, bruh.
Yeah, you need to check out Old School 3 6 Mafia. Greatness.
I'm on that line. I was on some of 3 6, some of their more popular stuff. I was on Project Pat, but I never really got into like the super deep.
Listen to 3 6 Mafia The End and 3 6 Mafia Chapter 2 World Domination. And that's all.
Yeah, Reefer is a 3 6 head. Reefer is a deeper.
And then you'll want to hear all of them. If you hear those, you'll want to hear all the rest.
Yeah, once you hear like 3-6, like the old school 3-6, old school UGK, old school 8-Ball MJG, and you listen to that, right? Like you'll realize, like when it comes to the South, everything comes from them fools.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to Dirty Money the other day. I'm on UGK really heavy. I love 8-Ball MJG, but you know how sometimes you just missing artists, you know? Maybe nobody in my family really was playing 3-6.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, there's a lot of people that didn't just because of the name. You know, a lot of people were like, "Oh no, that's devil worship 3-6s." A lot of people. That's what I went through growing up.
They were hypnotized minds too. That was the first Illuminati.
Yeah, they started that shit too. They're trendsetters.
Not even offensive before, but back then it was super crazy. But like, even like if you think about Wu-Tang, I grew up on Jay, Nas, Mobb Deep. But for some reason, maybe I was too broke.
You didn't capture the whole
Wu-Tang movement.
You know, I used to only have $15 when I went to the CD store. Like, I could only buy one tape.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just miss out, you know. But I was on Project
I hear that. Oh yeah, Project Black.
It was the album after Get It Green. It wasn't Get It Green. It was Mr. Don't Play.
Mr. Don't Play.
Don't Play.
I already knew.
Don't Play.
Yeah, I already knew what you was gonna say before you said it wasn't Get It Green. I was like, Mr. Don't Play all day.
Don't.
Like I caught that one. Like, I love Project Pat. His flow, like I'm waiting on somebody to steal Project Pat flow. He's for
real though.
One original guy who nobody has reinvented his flow yet. But somebody gonna come with it and somebody gonna make it.
Yeah, someone's gonna jam him heavy, definitely, and have that vibe.
So what do you think about like these new guys, right? Like they're not really focused on the flow as much. It's almost like and I'm trying to respect it, but sometimes it gets a little hard to do it. Respect it, but a lot of these new guys
put some respect on it, man.
Yeah,
put some respect.
Sometimes, like these dudes, man, like it's like they don't focus on the words that much. They just focus on how their voice sounds, and it's almost like their voice is an instrument. It doesn't even matter what they're saying, and people eating this shit up. And to me, it just blows my mind. Maybe I'm too old. You know what I'm saying? But I cannot get with some of this shit sometimes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how do you feel about, I guess, that sound or that style and how it's kind of infiltrating everybody at this point?
I'm with it, man. I love it. I look at it like this. Like, you know, do I like lyrical rap better? Yeah. But I can't say which one is better or worse because to me as a rapper, you're only as good as what you set out to do. So let's say if I'm a lyrical rapper and you're a club rapper, right? And my lyrics supposed to make you think, you just want to get the club hot. But you get the club hotter than I'm able to make somebody think. You're a better rapper than me. We didn't set out to do the same thing. When Future sit down and write his song, he's not thinking how Lupe Fiasco is thinking. You know?
Of course.
Yeah. So with these guys, they're doing what they set out to do. They make party music and people party to it. So,
but see, the thing is, I like some of that shit, right? Yeah. But there's like this line that's starting to cross now, where it's getting into just like completely like
they call it mumble rap.
Mumble rap, right? Yeah, the mumble rap is like yeah, it's like I have no clue what this dude is saying. I mean, okay, like I don't want to sound like that, like that white guy that's like, what is this jungle music? I don't want to sound like that guy, right? But I'm listening to Designer, and I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker saying? Like, I gotta go get the Genius. I gotta go to Rap Genius to just make sure I'm like, oh, okay, this is what this fuck is.
Decipher that shit.
Yeah, and why I gotta do all that? Like, can he just say the words? I mean, I don't have no problem with Designer because I like some of his shit because I think some of his shit is catchy, right? Just like I think, like right now,
like Future was and all that. Yeah,
I don't like Lil Yachty. I can't listen to a whole album of him, but some of his songs are catchy as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're infectious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I haven't heard him yet.
You probably don't.
I haven't heard him. Yeah, I got screw in the deck, so I don't know.
Bro, you probably don't want to listen to Lil Yachty. I can picture you being upset listening to Lil Yachty. Yeah. So don't do it. But I'm a little more open to things, and I listened to his whole album just to see what everybody was talking about, and I was like, well, you know, maybe this probably isn't for me in my age group. But I don't know. It just seems like now, man, like people kind of going like way over the edge, and you know, there was a time that I would follow. I just don't know if I can follow that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a cutoff point. It has to be a cutoff point.
Yeah, I guess that's how it is.
So you don't feel like there should be a cutoff point?
No, I don't think so.
Just let it go, huh?
Yeah, if the kids like it.
Let the kids listen to what they listen to.
Man, how old are you, man?
27, bro.
27? Mm-hmm. So you still kind of, it's kind of, when you get like 32, 33, you're going to be like, you're going to see some shit and you're going to be like, what the
happened?
Fuck
like, what's going
are
on?
They doing?
What have they done to what we did?
It happens to everybody, bro. Yeah. Like, we're like,
I didn't see it happening, now I see it happening. It's like, wow.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to happen to me. I was like, shut the fuck up. Because, see, my era was like Lil Jon and like the whole South movement when the South popped off, right? But then it was like the 90s too. So I was into all of that shit. And then I don't know what happened, but there was a line that happened where I looked back and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Shit changed drastically.
Yeah, like, when did this happen? Why do we let this get to this point? And I know now, like, I know there's going to be like a new era of people that are going to go through the same shit and then be like, what the fuck are these new motherfuckers doing? This going to happen to you, Bishop.
I mean,
every so
I think it will eventually, but I just pray that it takes it a little bit longer than it do for me.
I hear you.
I just love rap, man. All types of it. Like I can go from, and I can tell you guys are the same way. But sometimes I like that ignorant shit. Like,
no, I love the ignorant shit.
Some shit that
I love
shit. You said there's some shit that it's catchy, and then you go with it. And you're just like, this shit is actually dope. Why can't it all be as dope as this?
Yeah, I think
because some of it ain't dope. It's like
I think what the problem is that I think the internet changed shit because before, right? Like I'm in Texas, I'm listening to somebody in Atlanta, like he sounds like he's from Atlanta. I listen to somebody in Brooklyn, he sounds like he's from Brooklyn, right? But what the internet did is it just kind of everybody crossed sides and. You know, now you're being influenced by somebody from the East Coast and the West Coast at the same exact time. So you got this sound that's pretty much homogenized. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody kind of sounds like this mesh. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's because of the internet.
Yeah, and I think the first real example of that, and I remember people going super crazy over it, was when ASAP first broke.
ASAP was one of the main people.
First, yeah. One of the first.
Like, it was like, wow, that sound like a Houston.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "What the hell is going on?" This blew my era's mind.
Oh yeah,
like,
I thought he was from Houston. The first time I heard him, I was like, "Who is this?" I was like, "Someone's from Texas." I was like, "I ain't never heard of this dude."
Yeah,
and they're like, "Nah, he's from New York."
He's from Harlem. Yeah,
fucking Harlem.
Like, yeah,
I actually lived in Harlem for a while. This past year, I moved to New York for a year, and they love ASAP up there. Like,
oh, he spit.
So, I mean, how was that, man, like, in Harlem, being from the South and seeing all that, man? Was that like a culture shock?
Yeah, definitely. Everything. Like, I cannot tell a lie. That shit was crazy. But,
is everybody out there talking like Dame Dash and Cameron? Yeah, that's what I picture.
The crazy thing is, once you're in New York for long enough, you can discern the different accents. Like, you can like a Brooklyn nigga accent is different from a Harlem nigga. A Bronx guy, like you can start like Long Island. You can tell who's from where after a while. But the dopest thing is the women. Like there's just so many beautiful women up there. Like
in Harlem,
period. In New York. Like,
so there's finer girls in New York than there is in Atlanta.
No, I'm not gonna say finer, but it's more types of fine women. Like in the South, you got black, white, Mexican. She might be mixed. But in New York, if you go to the Bronx, you'll see Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. If you go to Harlem, you'll see black girls. If you go to Manhattan, it's Asians, white girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not like white as in what we're used to, American white women. We're talking about girls from Yugoslavia or Bosnia, stuff like that. So you just see a whole different culture of women. Like you'll meet.
That's true.
An Egyptian woman, like a girl who is from Egypt, Egyptian accent, and you just sitting there like talking to her like, so you legit from Egypt in this bitch.
Yeah.
So whereas in the South, we're not gonna see that. Like,
you want to hear something crazy?
Here.
If you ever go to, I don't know if you ever been to Dubai, but Dubai is like that, and Dubai is like the New York of the world.
Yeah.
It really is, bro. And I didn't know this till I got there, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It's a mixture of everything from across the world.
Yeah,
in this one hot ass city. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. If you ever get a chance, man, you gotta go to Dubai, man.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. As soon as I get the chance, like the one thing I love about the current position I'm in, a lot of people felt like I took a step back when they found out I took an executive position. But for one, I'm learning how a multi-million-dollar company operates from the inside. So that's something that you don't get as an artist. A lot of times you get taken advantage of, and I'm seeing the world, and I'm able to learn from that. So even when we are able to release music again on Roulette, I know splits, I know publishing now, I know laws, so I can get farther. And in the meantime, just do dope shit. Like I'll just be in a random ass video with 2 Chainz or some shit. So
you gotta tag me in that when you are, bro.
Oh yeah, I got you, bro. I gotta get you a Snapchat too. That's where shit goes down for me.
Yeah. No doubt. I'll get that to you, man. So like, what's next, man? For you, for the label, for the management, man. What's I guess like the next big thing on your plate?
Man, honestly, I just started at Street about a month and a half, 2 months ago. I was actually independently working with a lot of other artists behind the scenes with their project. I did like some press for like Fetty Wap singles, some other stuff like that. So the thing about it is, I be telling people like you can't, not to divert from your question, I be telling artists that you have to make money in the industry. You have to understand that industry, not even just music, but shoes. You can't say I'm gonna have the next Nike shoe, and you don't even know how to fucking make a shoe. You don't even know where to order the materials from, things like that. So a lot of rappers, they just rap, make their songs, but they don't understand the nuances of the music business. So, I'm blessed to say I know that part now. So moving forward, I'm just able to, whatever I do or whatever you see my name on, if I'm not an executive in it, I'm an owner. So I'm just going to be able to just do it how I want to do it. But the next project that'll come from Roulette will be either London's project or another artist that we signed, Taji. He's got an album called Drug Lord coming out. He's a little bit more street than me in London, but London executive producer, so it's super dope. You'll see like a different side of his production. I got a bunch of music I'm sitting on, but I respect music so much as an artist that I don't put music out unless it's my 100% focus. So really right now, man, I'm just working. Like we got a Dolph tour coming out. I'm just excited to say every day I wake up, I'm just involved in music. We got a Dolph tour coming up. LaScrilla got a bunch of shit coming out. London's working on some shit. I'm just helping other great black artists, bro, just to get their face out and learn in the meantime, bro.
That's what's up, man. Well, we appreciate you coming through and doing this interview, man. Where can people, I guess, like get in contact with you, follow you, and get more information about you?
Every social media site, Bishop Fontaine, except Snapchat. My Snapchat is private only. I don't like to really give out my Snapchat. I be feeling like some shit you got to keep to your family and friends. But
yeah.
But yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Bishop Fontaine, Roulette Records. I sound like one of those rappers at the end of shit who just be shouting out random shit.
Shout out the other shit. I'm gonna give a shout out.
I'm really fucking with these people, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys, man. Anything you guys need from me, if y'all are ever in Atlanta, man, please come through Street.
Oh, bro, don't. We gonna come out there, bro, and we gonna be looking for y'all. Like straight up, we gonna be like, bro,
where they at?
You ain't gotta look for me, man. I get you an Uber from the airport. If the traffic ain't too crazy, I'll pick you up, man.
Man,
and I'm back and forth between New York too. So yeah, I'm just back and forth between New York and Atlanta right now.
That's what's up, man. Well, y'all got the interview with Bishop Fontaine. We gonna go up out of here, man, and we gonna actually play some music at the end of the podcast. I'm gonna actually play Money and Friends because that's like my favorite song. So anybody that hasn't heard it, they'll be able to hear it right after the podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard it yet, anyways. You know what I mean? But all right, then, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. Peace.
Roulette. Yeah. Would you rather make money or friends? Hold up. Would you rather make money or friends? Hold up. Hey, tell me this. Would you rather make money or friends? Get it to spend. Would you rather make money or friends? Tell me again. Hold up. Boy, it sound like I should've got dumb on it. I want it, tryna kill it. Niggas know I'm about that shit, y'all feel it, what's up? My niggas tryna change the game. Them niggas all stayed the same. And my claim to fame is I'm real than the motherfucker blessed. Y'all niggas ain't that fresh, I'm next, what's up? And my niggas tryna mob the spot. Don't let them in there, pop the lock. Would you rather make money or friends? Yeah. Would you rather make money or friends? Hold up. Would you rather make money or friends, beginning to end? Yeah. Would you rather make money or friends, get it to spend? Boy, it sound like I should've got YG. I be probably the realest nigga left that I see. Tell me what's up, I'm next. Just been waiting my turn. Young blessed with a lesson to learn, with some money to burn. Bridges too. Know they feeling you. Hold up. Would you rather make money or friends? Tell me, girl, would you rather make money or friends? Hold up. My nigga, would you rather make money or friends? Yeah. Money or friends, beginning to end. Hold up. Boy, it sound like I should've got young veggies, young president.
Thanks for listening to the Truth Be Told podcast. Be sure to subscribe and log on to trillmatic.com for the latest in underground music, film, fashion, and more.